What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yo, this landlord.
This your man D Banger Thomas, people of the world.
And this is Be Your Own Therapist. For those that's lost, you already know Be Your Own Therapist is a platform that we created so everybody can have the forums to speak out, you know, what they might be going through for the day, maybe the week, how your day's been going, how your week's been going. It's basically a conversation between brothers and those that's in the forum. You good?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
No, I was just checking on you. You know, I'm still looking at you because I'm not side by side, so it's a little different. Y'all got to bear with us. We got a couple guests. I got my man Nicky Westside. I got my man, my partner Ahmed. I got my other partner Papo. We all partners, but these is, you know, my brothers, and we're going to chime in with the subject being today. If you could change anything in life, what would you change and why? How you feel about that subject?
Me personally, I feel good about that one. That one sparked something when you asked me that. I'm trying to shorten my list now.
Yeah. Oh, you're shorten your list. You got a couple things you want to get on there, get off your chest? I
had like 9 on the list in my head, and then I'm like, wait a second, I gotta shorten that a little bit and, you know, downsize. So
9. All right, with no further interruptions, I'm gonna bring my other brothers in so I can introduce them and we can get this thing started.
Here you go.
Fellas, what's going on?
Yo, what's good? What's going
on? We was getting this thing together before we even got online, so that's why it might seem a little bouncy. But Papo, you said you wanted to start it off. You had a little thing that you wanted to let us know, right?
Yeah. Well, I spoke to you earlier today, right? And you told me about this topic, right? And then you told me about Corey, right?
Yeah.
And this shit it just bugged my mind. I had a story that happened about maybe like 9-10 years ago, right? So this story always stuck with me. Like every decision you make, my nigga, is you know what I mean? It's a real one. Every decision you make in life, right? So about, I'll say 9-10 years ago, this chick that I met on a video shoot. So we've been friends for, you know, for like years. We always, you know, chop it up. So I end up having to go see a cousin out in VA, right? And she stayed like maybe like 10 minutes away from my cousin. So I hit her up like, yo, I'm in town, blah, blah, blah. Yo, listen. She was like, all right, you know what I mean? I can't, you know what I mean? I'm in the house for mom's. But, you know, maybe if we could meet for 10 minutes. I was like, all right, get in the Uber, head over there. I got a little bit of juice on my phone, right? So I get there. So I hit her like, yo, I'm outside. She ain't answer. I was like, what kind of whack shit is this? Right?
Sucker shit, that's what it is.
So, nah. So the Uber dropped me off. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, I don't know what to park because it's like a complex. So I don't know what building to go to. So she hit me back. She's like, yo, my fault. Huh?
People ain't bouncing around.
Oh.
Your shit's static.
So she was like, yo, my fault. You know, my mom's, I had to do something for my mom.
Sound like a robot beat.
Oh. Is that mine?
Yeah.
Sound like a robot.
Somebody's internet is whack.
Sound like a robot, my boy.
Nick, that's your phone.
They mine, baby. I'm on that. Why? He's in the crib. Mom's in the crib. He's in the crib. Baby in the crib. Your ass in the car, nigga.
Let him get to it, say.
So, right? So she hit me like, I'm like, yo. Hello?
Yeah.
So she hit me. She's like, yo, I can't really meet right now. I was like, damn, my phone is about to die. At least charge my phone. You know what I mean? She was like, all right. So I go to the door, hand her my phone. She go in the house. She's like, you know, my mom's be bugging out. I really can't, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Sorry.
So the mother come to the door like, yo, who's that?
How old is this female at this time?
Huh?
How old is the female at this time?
Yeah, but So the moms come to the door. I was like, ma'am, no, you know what I mean? I don't mean no harm. I just need my phone to be charged. I know, you know, blah, blah. She was like, let him in.
Must have been his
She was
phone.
like, oh, so the chick, you know, like, oh shit, like, nope, nobody never come in the house. It's just her and the moms, right? She was like, let him in. So I'll go to she was like, come here, sit down, sit in the living room. So I was like, all right, chick go in the back. So she was like, where you meet my daughter? I was like, you know, I'm a videographer. I met her, you know, on a video shoot. She was like, oh, okay, yeah. She was like, you know, I used to be a model, you know, myself when I was young. She was like, don't take it the wrong ways. You know, I'm very protective of my daughter because I used to be a model and I understand, you know, what goes on and blah, blah, blah. So she was like, yo, she was like, she was like, I never let nobody in my house, right? She was like, yo, but I heard your voice and I gauge energy. That's why I told you to come in. I could tell you, you know what I mean? I was like, wow, like, you know what I mean? So she was like, yo, I'm gonna tell you a story. Why I'm so protective of my daughter. She said when, you know, she was like 19 and shit, trying to model in New York and Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And her pops always used to tell her, yo, don't go to any shoot by yourself. Make sure I'm with you, or you know, one of your cousins. I'm like, she used to be like, you know, he you know, he all overprotective and shit. So she said she go to a this is one story. So she said she go to a shoot. Photographer told her to go into, it was downtown somewhere, you know, go up to a high rise. She get up in there, nobody there. This nigga tried to rape her, but she end up getting away, right? So she was like, that's one instance, right? She said, I'm gonna tell you this story. She said, I had to do a shoot. She had just had the chick that I'm, you know what I mean? So she had just had her daughter. Kid is probably like at maybe 3 or 4 at this time.
Mm-hmm.
So she says her father told her, she just moved into a neighborhood. Father told her, listen, make sure you take care of the girl, you know what I mean? Lay back off the model and shit and all that, blah, blah, blah. But she was like, nah, she had just got a call for a gig. And so being that she just moved into this neighborhood, and I think it might have been in Queens, right? She just moved into this neighborhood, and in her building, well, underneath her building, there was a hairdresser, right? And she needed to get her hair done because she needed to go to the shoot. The lady that she usually get her hair done is all the way in Jersey. So she was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and get my hair done, blah, blah, blah. So she goes. Father told her don't do it. She goes, get her hair done. So she says when she get in this place, right? Because she's new to the neighborhood, you know, she knows the, you know, ladies, but never went in there, got her hair done because she got her own person. But she said this shoot was paying a lot of money, so she went up in there. She said when I got up in there, you could just feel the energy, like people, you know what I mean? It was like maybe 3 or 4 people getting their hair done, and then, you know, the owners, everybody looking at her like, you know what I mean? Like, the fuck is you doing in here? Based on how she dressed, her look, she had a real hair. She like from the Barbados type, you know, so she had real long hair. So she was like, you know, pardon me, I just need a wash and blah blah blah, whatever, you know what I mean? I gotta shoot, and it's really important. So she, you know, they was giving her stink attitude and blah blah blah. So she was like, should I leave? She was like, fuck it, I can't. So she sit in the chair. So the lady started, you know, washing her hair, you know, put her in the blow dryer. So, and she kept talking over her head. She was like, yo, this shit is mad disrespectful. Like, she was like, ma'am, all I'm trying to do is get my hair done and leave, please. You know what I mean? It's very rude to talk over, you know what I mean, to carry on a conversation when you have a client. So the lady gave her a nasty look and said something in some language. And she said at this time that she really, you know, going back on the story, that she really didn't pay attention. Yo.
No, not you, Papo. Get Papo. Finish.
Okay.
Not you. My bad.
So she said the lady reached under the joint and put some chemicals in her hair. Like, you understand what I mean? Like some shit in her hair. So she said within 5 minutes, the shit started to fucking burn. Like, she started screaming, the shit was burning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they put her underneath the wash. They washed all that shit out of her hair and blah, blah, blah. You know, some of her hair was falling out and shit. So she gets home, call her pops. You understand what I mean? To get a lawyer and all of that, they're gonna sue. So she said within that first week, um, her vision started to be a little blurry and shit. Like, you know what I mean? She went to
God
the
damn.
hospital,
Her
and the
vision.
doctor said that the chemical, whatever it is, was so strong that it started to seep through her pores, and it was affecting her. You know what I mean?
A
Her sight
vision.
a little. It went through her bloodstream, and it was affecting her sight a little. But she said she could see, but you know, it's like you may need glasses. It's like, or you know what I mean? It was like,
Well, could
yeah.
you have
So
saved it? Could you have saved the bitch or something?
This nigga's
no, I'm
crazy.
just saying. Listen, I'm gonna tell you the story about making decisions. You understand what I mean? So,
Yeah.
she said the shit started to seep through her. You know what I mean? 2 weeks go by, her vision keeps getting worse and worse and worse, my nigga. All this shit happened in October. So she said by December, this is Christmas Eve now, right? She said Christmas Eve, she woke up and her sight is like real blurry. She could still see light and all that, but it's real blurry. But she says, yo, it's Christmas Eve. I gotta get my daughter some gifts. You know what I'm saying? But where she lives is like mass shopping stores. So she said she left the girl sleep, and she said, yo, I'm just gonna go right across the street, get her some gifts. So when she wake up, you understand what I mean? Everything is good. So she says she gets outside, my nigga. And as soon as she steps in the street and she's crossing the street, a lady come up to her like, yo, you all right? She was like, you know, my vision's a little, you know, I can't really see it, but, you know, I need glasses, blah, blah, blah. Lady's like, you want me to take you across the street? She was like, nah, I'm fine. So she said she got into the middle of a street and her vision just went boom. So she's standing there like, oh shit. No, not knowing what, she can't see nothing now, right? So the lady grabs her, take her across the street and says, damn. So she told the lady what happened, you know, I can't see. So the lady's like, yo, I'm a shop. Went do the shopping. Because she told the lady I got a daughter, brought her back up the street, and that was the last time she was ever able to see in life. You understand what I
Wow.
mean? So she
And
told me
that was
all of
from
this.
a perm?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was
Like
whatever
it was, he
chemical
did her hair, but it was like a perm or something that he
or
put in some
something, or
chemicals in
whatever
her
they
hair.
put, whatever they, you know, whatever them ladies put. But she was just saying, so all of that, so that happened to her when she was young. Now, this is maybe like 20 years later. So she said she really, like you was telling me, how do you gotta, you know, now you
You
gotta,
gotta
you know,
adjust and like you gotta do
yeah.
everything because
So
it's
she
not you
said
being a baby.
everything is like up to like she pay attention to everything. Like she's able to gauge, you know, the sound of things. That's how she's able to get around now. I didn't know this lady telling me this story. She couldn't see because of how she was moving around the house. Like, you know what I mean? So she
Yeah.
said everything is real sensitive. So that's why when she heard my voice, she said I could really gauge people's voice and tell their character and shit like that. But she was
Oh,
telling me like every time you wake up and you see that sun hit your face, be very thankful because
That's
you
right.
understand. I wasn't born blind. Like I know what color is. I know
yeah.
you know understand what I mean.
That's right.
But so she was like, that's why I'm very. So she was like, every decision you make, you understand, you really have to be careful because it could change your life forever. So she's like, I gotta live this way because had I listened to my pops, I would have made another decision. Or you know, you understand what I mean. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that shit was real, man.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's deep.
that's
But that's
crazy.
the story, man. That shit was wild, man. I was like, wow, that shit is crazy. That shit could be a fucking book.
Banger,
Hey, yo, hey,
Yeah.
yo,
So
bro.
yeah,
Not to cut you off, Pop.
yeah,
That was bananas, bro. Like I'm sitting here listening, and when you
yeah.
telling me when you going through the story and you outside the door, at first I'm like, oh, is something going to happen when he go up in there, right?
Yeah.
And then when you was like, oh, she never, my mother, when you said old girl was like, my mother never lets anybody inside, and then she
Yeah.
told you to come inside, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, she felt his energy. Like that's
Mhm.
what that's what I was over here saying to myself. But at
Yeah.
first I didn't know if it was, I didn't know where you was going with the story about the decision.
Yeah.
But then ultimately, like when she got in the chair and then all of that started happening, all of that is bananas. But
Yeah. And Matt, yeah.
what I was thinking about, bro, is like the cultural differences. So like she was, I don't know if they were African, I don't know what they were, but
I think
the
she's from the
culprit,
Barbados.
Hey,
Okay,
Baker.
so like based upon the cultural differences, that goes back to the decisions what you were saying, like knowing your environment, not like it was her fault, but like
Yeah,
knowing your environment. It's like going to someone's house that, you know, to eat or something, and you knowing you don't eat certain things kind of thing. So
yeah,
like the cultural differences and just all of that energy, bro, that was just bananas, bro. And then
yeah.
when she was on the corner and the lady was next to her asking her for help,
Mhm.
I didn't know where that was going. And when she
Yeah,
got to the middle of the street and lost her sight totally,
yeah,
I was like, yo, that's
yeah,
bananas,
yeah.
bro.
That's, yeah.
But
She said that shit was gone within a blink. Like that shit was just gone. She was like, I could not see from that point. That's the last time I was able to see any, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
yo, the main thing also is that even with all our senses that we're blessed with, bro, it's like we still have to stay in tune. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? On top of the decisions, like I believe we get a choice and a chance every day. You know what I mean? So it's like paying attention to those things. But definitely the energy and the vibrations of people. You know,
yeah, man.
too many times I've gone against that. Like I don't even like
Yeah,
this nigga, or I don't even like this person, and then that nice side of me is like, oh, give him a chance. You
yeah,
can't do that. Yeah, I learned the
Did,
hard way from that shit.
did you
yeah,
and her
That's what I.
conversation ever get in depth where she told you like the struggles on how you have to get familiar with like living again? Because like we was discussing earlier, the whole the real complication is that you when we're a baby, we learning everything and we're learning it and we don't understand subconsciously is as we're growing. We're just picking up on these things. But once we learn these things and we know what it is, and then lose all of that and have to adjust was like, that was like the
Different.
yeah, the real like task in it. Like, did you ever get to that with her, or y'all just had a brief conversation? Because that's what we was like really on. Like, damn, because I know it's like I learned how to walk and do all of this. So now for me to lose my sight, it's like I got to readjust on how I move. It ain't about learning how to walk, learning how to know. I know what the hell is out there. Now I got to learn how to be aware on what's going on before it happens without seeing it.
yeah. Yeah, that shit was wild, man. So yeah, when you told me that story this morning, I was like, damn, what?
Yeah, but it was supposed to be something you regret doing, nigga. What something you regret
Nah,
doing?
I'm just saying.
You should have shot that video for Nicki Westside, nigga, that you didn't
This
shoot,
nigga
nigga.
crazy.
Why you ain't say that, nigga?
Nah, but back to the topic. Anybody want to go
Literally.
next? Anybody has something they want to say?
Tuesday.
Feel free.
It's
Banger,
on
you said you
you.
wanted to get at it early yesterday. You said you had your situation at hand. So you ready to go?
I mean, more or less what I was telling you, bro, when you had first given me the topic, I was like, oh man, I could go down like a laundry list. Then I was thinking of a number. I was like, I could probably come up with like 9 different things. And then I was like, nah, I'm gonna have to shorten
So
that.
since we seem shy, I'll go on a thing in life that I regret and I wish that I would change.
Oh, I wasn't
Now,
being shy. I was just giving the intro. But go ahead, Lan.
Ask the man, are you ready to go? It's just, are you ready to tell us? Are you ready to tell us? We want to know. I can't hear you.
He got mute. He said go. He said you go.
Well, something in life that I really regret, and being honest, it would be the way I entered high school, junior high school. No, high school, not even junior high school. Like, as I entered junior high school, I used to think about my support system, so it made me not really give a fuck about what was going on in high school. So even with having abilities and being able to pass and being able to go on and do things different in life, I took it like it was real nonchalant. I didn't give a fuck about it. It was like, I'm not going to pass because you motherfuckers not getting me what I want. Y'all not paying no attention. And I know I can pass. So I ain't going to pass just because I know I can pass and you motherfuckers ain't paying attention. And I took it for granted. And in life, as I look back, that'd be something that I would go back and I would change just for me.
You was rebellious.
I found out in life how like important it is for me. Like it really ain't had nothing to do with my parents or who the fuck was supporting or who the fuck gave a fuck about what was going on. It really was about me. And I wasn't aware of that at that time. I just did it because I didn't give a fuck. And I didn't want anybody else to gain on the spoils of me really cashing in. Because you know nobody give a fuck about you until a check come. Now you important. For real, they give a fuck about you when a check come. That check come and you important. And you move to the front of the line in the household. Nigga used to be in the back. My drawers was his drawers. Nigga, you know.
Wow.
You show a talent, you go to the front.
That's a fact.
Like, so you know how that is. But I rebelled and didn't want to do anything. I even didn't play basketball because it's like, ain't nobody come to my fucking games to watch me play. Fuck, I want to score 34 just to score 30. I don't give a fuck. Only reason I went to make teams is because niggas on the block said you
nigga, you was not scoring no 30 points, nigga.
We can stop. We can listen. We can stop. We can stop the cap. We can stop the cap. We can stop the capping. We can stop the cap.
Oh, you ain't know about Bam Bam?
We can stop the cap.
You ain't know about Bam Bam?
Stop the capping.
Yo, that nigga got a good head fake though. I tell you.
Now listen, we can stop the capping. Listen, like I said,
got a good head fake.
I'm gonna let you know the story, nigga. If I didn't regret it, nigga, we'd be there. Believe me, nigga, we'd be there. Niggas would be on the back. Oh God, they can't stop. I'm telling you. But for real, I took that shit for granted. I ain't give a fuck about it because it wasn't no support system. And I make sure that I try to be that support system for mines now because I know how important that shit was. So in life, if I can change something in reality that I know can really help me at this point and it's not going to fuck up anything that I created and I just want to change shit to be selfish, it would be me getting that education and me going on in life and probably even going to introduce myself to college because I know now being older, college is not about me having to fit in with the assholes, this nerds. It was just about relationships. So in life, I'm good with relationships. So if I had a lot more relationships, you know, it'd be easier to walk across this land. That's how I put it. So that if I can switch anything in life, if I can change up anything, that's what I would change up. And I would go back and I would make sure that I pay attention to, a lot more attention to.
Yeah, that's real.
Yo, bro, what I wanted to say about that, Land, was like, Nick, when you had said to Land about him being rebellious, my aunt had told me I was rebellious in the 2nd grade.
Dang.
And, I took that and ran with it. Like I was primarily raised by my aunts and my grandmother, and my aunt was bent on, you know, I was going to a predominantly white school at the time, but like, you know, they didn't want me to tell them that my mom, my dad wasn't around kind of thing. So I'm going to school telling them that's not my mother, that's my aunt. You know, my other aunt, my grandmother's at home. And so then, you know, the nuns would tell my aunt, and then she'd be beefing with me like, "Oh, Dion, you such a rebellious little boy."
Yes.
Like, you know, but the other half, Land, is when you was talking about the education, like you regretting not taking advantage of that part with the education. And that's something I had said before, but that's something that I was always told about the opportunities that I had as far as being in the schools that I was in and everything with that education and the opportunities and basically the relationships like you were talking about. So
you see, people go on to college, and it's not and life is not based upon what you know; it's who you know.
No, that's a fact.
And they don't know these people from. They know these people from us being on the grind, us being in it, and us knowing and just coming to class. He cool, and you feel me. And the relationships go on as we go on in time, and then one day you never know. I'm walking down this road and I'm doing this, and he's actually someone who can help me in that field. That's how it works. When you go back and you look into the history of where people know where their connect from or their plug, the one who got them onto that level.
Yeah, that's a fact. I wound up learning that as well, because even though I had gone to college, I didn't strengthen the relationship part that you were talking about. So I get what you're saying, that as far as right now, you know, we know for a fact it's all about who you know, you know. what you know plays a part. It plays an integral part, but you know, a lot of times it's also about who you know, because you know the right people, they gonna make sure you know the right things whenever you need to. You know what I mean? So yeah. But that's all I wanted to say about your part, Lane.
Well, did you have anything to say about your part? How do you feel about the whole situation? Ahmed, would you like to come in at this point? Because you see that the phone lines seem to drop off real fast. They're not hanging on too strong.
Oh shit! Right.
We got say Nick back though.
Somebody called my phone.
Yeah, what I was saying.
Nah, you good.
What I was saying before though was basically when I was putting together the list, I had to downsize it. So I went from that 9 to 3, basically. So like as far as my childhood, I could just summarize that part up as far as I had mentioned this as well. My perception as a child. Now, you know, the fellas don't know, but like I'm currently in therapy. So I've been in therapy for like 2.5, 3 months now. My therapist is a female. I vibe better with females. But basically, I've been able to touch on some things in the midst of the therapy that I didn't even express or voice to anyone else. But with my childhood, being separated from my mom, her being in prison, my father dealing with his addiction and his issues, I had my aunts and my grandmother there the whole time. So I was looking around for the love of my parents, but I had my aunts and my grandmother. So the love that I thought that I missed, like God had gave me more, basically. You know what I mean? Because I want so I regret that. But in therapy, you know, talking about certain things, you know, she's like, but you were a child. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I was a child. But my brother's god sister said something. She said, you never allowed anyone to fully love you. You always took on your mother's stuff, your father's stuff, everything else. Any other time this girl would say something, I flip. Like it would be a trigger for me. I'd be defensive. When she said that day, it was like I went to but then it was like an overwhelming comment inside. And I was like, yo, she's right. Like the whole episode with my mom being in prison, I didn't know what it was. I was as far away as they could have kept me from it and everything. But in my mind, I just engulfed myself in that. And then when I got to 19 and I'm out of state, I came home from college. My father had battled his addiction throughout my childhood, but the reality came out when I came home from college. Crack, heroin. And I'm like, what the hell? My father on crack. Like, so at that time, it was like, what the hell? It was like my life was a lie, or it was pieces that was missing. But it was just my perception. So that's the main thing, you know, that I wish I could change. But at the end of the day, being a child, I realized I didn't even have control over that part, basically, you know. But like the other one was when I left college early. You know, they give you that, or you hear that that term where they talk about you know, I left to take, well, I took some time off, basically. That's the one thing they say to never do. But now I understand why. I graduated high school, went to college, and I didn't complete that. Like I only went to a junior college at that. So I only had to do 2 years to get the associates. If I had at least my aunts, my grandmother, they had worked, they had slaved and done so much to provide for my education. So I got to my late 30s, mid 30s or something. And I'm like, I'm not going to get nothing if I don't finish this, because they sacrificed everything for me to get that education. I went on a bed and the opportunity came for me to go back to school. And that was bananas to me. I'm like, damn, it took for me to be in prison for me to get this degree, but I still got it though. You know, so like the leaving school early and having like basically starting that and not finishing. And then the third thing was just basically like, you know, with my music. Ever since I was young, you know, I always wanted to do the rap thing. My biggest thing at first was my confidence. I got that up. And then it was basically my voice being heard. So when I got to New York, to the city rather, I was able to do that. But then mixing and meshing in the street, because I had the street meshing and all of that from before. So I mixed that with the music, and then that basically sent everything left. You know, so that's definitely what I regret that part as far as not staying focused. So I just summarized everything to those three right there, Land, basically.
All right, now question. You said we paid too much for your education. Did you ever look to go and finish those 2 years?
You mean, did I ever get my degree?
Yeah, you said they paid too much and sacrificed too much on that on your education. So I know you said you only had 2 more years to go and you was in a junior college. So did you ever go back after 35 to complete those 2 years just to finish them up?
Yeah, bro. What wound up happening was I wound up getting locked up, and I was up north. And while I was up north, the opportunity came for me to be able to go to college.
All right.
And
So
that was even ill because six months into my bid, I had started working for the DMV. And I went to the lady that was in charge of the school, and I told her, I said, you know, I'll be working, so I'm not going to be able, because I failed the entrance exam, you know, for college. So when you fail that, you have to take pre-college, but pre-college was doing the same mod that I would have been working, basically. So she was like, well, I don't want to interfere with the money, so I'm gonna just put you in the college so you could still work. And when the opportunity came, I knew I had to take it for school. But then when I started working, and then that little obstacle seemed like it came, I felt like I was going to have to make a choice. And then when she gave me the pass, I knew it was meant to be, and I had to finish. So I wound up finishing and getting my associate's degree while doing my bid.
okay.
So I came home with my associates. So now that I closed that door, now I can go on with my bachelor's, my master's, but it's not as much, it doesn't feel as much weight on me to complete now. Now I really want to do it. You know, I got that off. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. Like now it's
I
like,
don't feel like I owe nobody anymore. It feels like I'm doing it because now I want to go on in my journey.
yeah, that's a fact. Exactly. You said it, bro. That's it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like Saint Nick said, Papa, you really ain't get yours. Saint Nick, Saint Nick, you ain't say no. Yours was deep, though. Yours was really deep.
Nick
I understand yours, even with the energy vibe and all that. Nick ain't go, Mums ain't go. I'm just asking y'all, like, who wanted to go next? If y'all felt if somebody wanted to
I don't care about. I got so much shit like Deep Banger, so I'm just gonna keep it on the one that probably everybody know about. But nigga was on the run for 7 years, but before I was on the run for the 7 years, I had a chance to go do 90 days on the island, right? Go do 90 days. So my dumb ass listened to my mother. She talking about don't go to Rikers Island. You're gonna get a felony on your record. I'm not gonna be able to give you the job. I want to get you down with Verizon. I don't want to fucking work for no fucking Verizon. I'm not no fucking Verizon worker. So she was saying, oh, do that, do that. So you know I listen to moms. Bam telling me, yo, you might as well go ahead on the island, bro, and do that. So I said, you know, Barack Obama giving out programs and shit. You know about that shit, programs and shit. I guess the program, the 18 to 24 month program, I does that. I gets locked up 3 times in there and goes to jail 3 times. And then wind up running away from the program and then going on a run for 7 years and then getting locked up and then going to jail for 2 years. And I had to do more than 90 days on the fucking island. How about that one?
Wow.
How about that one? But that shit held the nigga back from getting a record deal. My brother had a record deal. I was with him when we were on the run the whole time. He had a record deal. Niggas just didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't get a record deal because when they wanted to give me 200,000, they was like, oh, we can't no more because, you know, he say he's in a situation. Oh, go through your time and, you know, we could pay for a lawyer for you. I was like, nah, fuck y'all. I'll be on the run forever. That was my mentality. No, fuck it. I sell drugs. I get in forever. I don't got fuck.
He lying. His method was, I'm gonna run for 7 years.
I'm gonna run
and
for
after
7
that,
because I
they
think it's
can't.
gonna
It's
disappear.
gonna be disappear.
I think it's gonna
But
disappear. That's everybody telling me that.
in
Everybody's
6
saying, yo,
years, the nigga got caught. So
everybody, no, I did
7-year
7.
period. But you did.
I did
No,
7 years and
almost
2
7.
days.
Oh, all right. Well,
That
apparently
shit,
didn't work.
that shit, that
So now
listening
you
to
niggas
niggas,
that think that y'all can
that
run for 7 years
that
and it's gonna
listening to
go
niggas
away.
talking about 7 years, my brother. None of that goes down in reality. When I seen a judge, she said, "What was you doing for 7 years?" Okay, well, you forgot when you go to a program, you got to sign something before you get in there, and failure to do this program is 2 years incarcerated. Oh, you're going to do 2 years, and I'm gonna give you another case for bell jumping. So I had 3 years. You know what I'm saying? I was not supposed to come home until October 21st, last week, 2 weeks ago, but I did shock. And you know, I did that bullshit ass shop. That shit was stressed me out, but I did it though. You know what I'm saying? Made it home,
Fuck
but
that.
I
You
still
put
had to
your
do the
home on.
bullshit. But that's the only
You
reason
gotta
why I
do
came
your
home
home
2
X.
years ago. I did the shock, but still wasted 7 years of my fucking life doing that shit. So now I got the record deals on the table, but it's 7, 8 years later though. I could have been did this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. At least we're in the incident era where age really
Yeah.
don't play a
The
factor
only
too
thing
much.
that happened good for me on the run, I had my daughter. So I look at it as if I wasn't on the run, then maybe, I don't know, I wouldn't have my daughter. I don't know, but I was on a run at the time when I had my daughter. So
So
I
I'm
look at
just
that
gonna
as
contribute
a
to
gift and
all
a
that
curse.
bum shit. I'm gonna contribute that to at least I had my daughter
Yeah.
during that time.
Yeah, well, I could have did 90 days and got that shit over with. And I would have just had a felony, crack felony on my shit forever.
And I
And
know
then,
crack
you know,
felony. That shit ain't even gonna be. It'd be reduced. They ain't gonna be charging niggas with felonies like
I'm
that
saying,
in
back then it
5, 10
was
years.
though. Back then they
You
weren't
heard me? In
charging us.
5, 10 years. If you did 7 on the run, nigga, 5, 10
Yeah,
years, nigga. Hey,
that 7 ain't do shit though.
Yo, Nick,
7 years ain't do shit.
I told you from the beginning that ain't make no sense, but that's here it is.
I
yo,
thought I
bro.
could do 7 and beat it.
You can do 90 and don't have to worry.
Still had a felony on my record though.
You can do that little motherfucking year, get that shit out of here. That shit ain't nothing.
Yo, bro, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yo, that's bananas. You
That's
said
crazy.
you were about to be home 2 years?
I was only home 2 years.
Oh, okay.
I came
So
home in
like,
March 19, 2019 in March.
oh, 2019 is when
I
you
came
made it home.
home. Yeah, I got
Oh,
locked.
okay.
I was locked up for like 16 months.
All right. So you had to you wind up having to take that up north trip.
Yeah, I had to go up north for a little bit. Went to Osa and all of that punk shit. But I was on an island for like damn near 130 days, more than 90 days. What a coincidence! You feel how that shit worked? You
Hey,
know what I'm saying?
yo, bro, like Saint Nick, like really Saint Nick, like you paying attention to that right there because, bro, think about it. Like you was
Exactly.
on the run for 7 years. I'm thinking your time was way more than that you was
Hell
facing.
no.
You
Hell
was on the
no.
run for 7 years, lasted, then only
I was on
had
a
to
run
go
for 7
out
years and did
only,
2 years.
but you went up for that. You know what I'm saying? For
And he
that
been
short
up for
period
2
of time.
years for being an extension, like being punished.
Yeah, they gave
It
me a
was-
year. They gave me
I'm
a
sorry,
year
man.
for bell jumping. They gave me a year for bell jumping, and they gave me my 2 years I had to do. So I had 3 years. But when I took the shock, you know, boom. But my release date was October 21st, 2021.
But he said in reality, your ass would have did a year. But for running for 7 years, you did 3 years.
Now,
Exactly.
what I'm saying is that usually the blessing is that you didn't catch any new ones for one, because
That's what it
usually
was. Yeah.
being on the run, especially for the time period that you were, like niggas is catching new charges, new cases, and all of that. So that's one blessing. The other blessing that you weren't facing more than that 2 that you wind up doing, or that
Exactly.
7 rather. And
But
then
like
you came when you at the end of all of this, bro, like you said, you have not only do you have your daughter, bro, but the deals are still on the table, bro.
Right.
You still have your gifts and your talents. So
Mhm.
it was, so you got
I
all
forgot
that
I
out
was
the
on the
way.
run. I forgot I was on the run, bro. I was on the run for so long, bro. I was working a job, bro. Cashing checks with my ID on the run. Ask
Yo,
Ben,
that's
bro.
Saint Nick. I
That's
mean,
because he
take
was
it,
on
Working
the.
man.
Cedardale
That's because.
security
Like
That's
on
because
the
he was
run.
on the run rapping, man. He was.
you got to,
I think it was on
you
the
was
run
doing your
rapping.
best to do the right thing. I see it because,
I'm
like
getting
you
on the
said, you
plane and
know
all
what
that with my little
happened.
brother.
Going right to the studios. He was. You feel me?
I'm
He
getting
was.
on the plane. I'm showing ID, getting my ticket. I ain't had no fake ID. I had my real ID. I just didn't have it on me. You feel me? It was just, I'm getting on the plane. I'm going here. I'm going there. Just on the
Niggas
run.
need to shoot a mini series about that shit on the run rapping,
That's
man.
when I tell that shit to
Because that's
Charlamagne
when
the
that
Breakfast
nigga
Club.
took the most time for his career when he was on the run. So if
Yeah.
anything, that helped
And
him
niggas
build
not
his
even,
image.
and niggas that I know that did get on the run, everybody was like, yo, Nick, you know, you only got like 3 months out here. You know they're going to find you. Niggas don't even know how to go on a run that long. Your
Yo,
mind
bro,
got
you can.
different.
That's the one of the things that I was sitting here
You
like,
know
I'm
what I'm saying?
getting out of here, bro, because I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, being who I am, like, bro, would you be able to last for 7 joints on the run?
7
And
joints, B.
I'm like,
Nigga, I
nah,
stayed in the house for 1 year straight, D Banger.
yo, bro, like you really truly blessed, bro, and I'm glad.
1 year, my nigga.
I'm glad that you was still able to reboot everything, bro. Like you was able to
Yeah.
get that restart, bro. Because since young, I known you. You know what I'm saying? You always
Right.
been talented. You always had a head on your shoulders, bro. Since
Appreciate
young,
that.
like you feel me. So like
Yeah.
for all of that, bro. Like I'm just glad that everything is where it is now for you,
That's a
man. You
fact.
made it through that, man. Because that up north trip is different, bro. Like,
Hell
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? That joint, I'm glad you didn't have to go past Oster, bro. Those were the other blessings, bro. You were,
Yeah.
in hindsight, like you were on the
Mm-hmm.
rock for so long that your
Mm-hmm.
time was building up, that by the time you got up through it, you just had to stay in reception. You
Yeah.
didn't have to hit none
Cause
of
they
them
told
other
me
spots.
on the island, they said, oh, you got shot or something. I said, what fucking shot? My nigga was like, yo, you better go see about that. Went down there, they was like, oh, you gonna be eligible for that. You know what I'm saying? You got a
That
drug charge, you ain't got no violence on your record.
that was your second chance right there to get home quick. Like I came home 6 months early and then I did the college. Like the college was my second chance to close that door finally and be
Yeah.
able to move on. Like when you got that shot, that was your opportunity right there and you took it.
And that
Niggas
shit ain't
blow
no
that
joke,
too.
boy.
Niggas blow that shot opportunity too. They
Yeah.
don't take it. Like they'll be up north, bro, already in the
I know
mountains.
niggas that went to jail and did 5 years because they couldn't do a push-up, man. They
Yo,
was
bro.
crying. I'm fat, my knees hurt.
Yo, bro, niggas will be up north, bro, in the mountains, bro.
White
They'll
niggas
get the
smacking you in the back of your
opportunity for
head. Get
shock.
up, you monkey. All
Yo,
that.
bro,
Bro, I might have to go back to
they
that
won't even
cage
go to
Wow.
too.
shock though,
Did all
bro.
that.
I might have to go to that cage too. They can't like
I was
just
all the
smack
way
me,
in
lay me.
fucking Niagara Falls, B.
Nah, but I know how to be a good boy. I know how to be a
That's
I
bananas. Yeah,
can't
you
wait
was
to
up
get home
there.
ass nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, you was up there where they got they certain spots up there behind the wall. They got the little black babies tattooed on their arms with
That's
nooses
where they
around their
got
neck.
it. Yeah. They
Yeah,
definitely had them
yeah,
shits up there.
yeah.
I
It's
was in
ugly.
Lakeview shock. I was in the real shock.
Yeah, it's ugly. It's ugly. They
Yeah.
talking about
They
these
wearing them shiny ass black shoes on and all that, tearing the
man.
shoes up.
Yo, listen here, bro. They talking about these police officers in the street. They ain't got nothing on
Got
them
nothing
cracks
on them up
behind that
there.
wall. And all
Nothing
through the
there, B.
country, behind them prisons walls, they ain't got
They
nothing on
talk
them.
breezy, that
How
nigga.
you feeling? How you feeling, man?
I'm good. Yeah. My
Mums knew your boy
point.
was on the run. We still was trying to get record deals. Mums, fuck it. We said
I
right
hear
said
you.
that shit, man.
I hear you.
On the run rapid.
Run rapping Nori. You know.
No, Nori was on the run eating. He was eating, but he was a hot boy.
Shit,
So
that shit
Nigga,
making
Nick,
that
Nick,
robot
you
noise.
Nick, you was still eating, nigga. You wasn't
no,
starving.
but we not saying he
Oh,
wasn't
no.
eating. We saying your former how you getting by. See, Nori was on the run. Probably his former, is he was a stick-up
Yeah,
nigga
hold on.
all day.
Right,
He
man.
not gonna claim a hustler. We claim the hustling start, so we not gonna go on that. He was on the run rapid, nigga. You understand? Keeping this persona going. That's what we was
That
doing.
shit, man.
But I'm sorry, moms.
Oh, my my regret
That
is
sound like a robot.
something serious. My regret was I think my biggest regret was believing in, early on in my age in this street culture shit. And as I got older, I realized that shit is nothing but a lie.
Say, Nick, mute your mic while you moving like that.
There was a certain situation that really opened my eyes, a particular situation.
going out of town. Bam, you familiar with this story? And one of my friends, cool dude. He wasn't in street life. Didn't cool guy. He worked in a sneaker store. He just got fired from his job, and he just wanted to a little extra money, and just actually get out of town. And he offered to be the driver.
God bless Tyrell.
Right. So we told him the situation, like because I'm always open with people, like what we're going to do, what. Because I'm always, it was always, listen, this is what this is, blah, 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 blah. And he still was like, okay, fine, no problem. So he didn't have a problem with the trip. He just wanted to get out the city to clear his head. That's his words were. Like, I need to get away.
Vacation.
Long story short, shit got a little funny. He wound up getting killed. That made me realize that it's always the good niggas that, myself, I'm no angel, and the people that was with me, we're no angels, but we're not devils, but this particular guy, he didn't even hurt a fly. And he winds up, getting killed. My regret was, I brought him into this. It was like, wow, I never thought in a million years that some shit like that would happen. And knowing his family, you have to come back and explain to his family, what happened, and I don't know if any of you guys ever, been through that, where you have to go to a friend's, family members and explain to them, what happened, to their relative. So for me, that was definitely an eye opener. It was a lot of lessons I learned, where, like I said, me bullshitting. First of all, I never made money going out of town. I've made more money working a job than I've made out of town. So, it made no sense. But at the time, young, everybody thinking out of town is the way to, to do things. You don't know any better. But, I definitely regret it, because like I said, you take penitentiary risk, you can get killed for close to for no money. There's plenty of times I just come out of town like broke. What you do? Go get that khakis. Go get them khakis. Go put that button up down.
In all fairness, man, I don't want to cut you off.
What's up?
That wasn't even a trip about that. It wasn't supposed to be about that. So that's not even a trip that we went where we was trying to get money. That was a trip really to build on our future, even though we had plans on getting money.
No. But basically, see, what I'm saying is
he got caught up in the
what. And I'm gonna tell you the lesson to this. What else I'm gonna add on to that.
I understand.
We can't build. First of all, the game, and I say this now, and I realize that a dirty game, you can't build. How do you expect for anything great to come out of such a filthy situation? Like, you can ask everybody. You might have little moments of greatness, but overall, I'm pretty sure if you ask everybody out here that was in those type of situations where, I mean, way bigger than what we are. We were small.
Way more downfalls. Way more
downfalls.
downfalls.
Tell you they've lost more than they've gained.
Way
if
more.
They was real with you.
Way more.
Way more. You know what I'm saying? Ain't enough money in the world that can.
Niggas owe me money right now.
No, but in reality,
for 3 years.
That can replace a soul.
That can,
like
nothing.
Especially when it's not about that at that moment. I understand it do have areas where you can't peak, but
okay, and you're saying it's a future, but it still was money to put into something.
No, I understand.
So
I understand. It all connects you, right? It ain't no A B without us being the C D E.
Right. So
Facts.
Regardless of the reason why we were doing it, right? We was doing it, and it was a dirty game. And my point that I'm making, my regret is getting somebody involved in that. You know, I know if you know that, you know, back in the days when we were younger, I never wanted to. My thing was when such and such wanted to do this, that, and the third. Nah, leave him out.
No, tell me the
And
truth.
we
Yeah,
don't.
tell
And
me
we
the
don't.
truth why you saying that, because he told my mother, well, he told niggas that I couldn't go out of town one time because I was too young and he didn't want to explain to my mother. That's
And
it.
for me, and we
That's what
don't.
he said.
And we don't have. Not that I'm an OG over you, because I only got you about a couple of years. But like I said, an older brother.
I just was out there.
That's what you're supposed to do. And we lost that. You know what I'm saying? There's no more of that. You got niggas now saying they got young wolves and be proud of that. Old niggas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, my nigga, you're basically weaponizing their ignorance.
Mhm.
Young niggas, my young wolves. You know what I'm saying? You should tell these niggas, no, get the fuck out of here. Don't do that. You know, we don't have that no more. You know, back in our days, used to be old niggas that be like, nah, man, what the fuck you doing? Now,
You right, man.
But,
niggas, you know, niggas don't care.
but from a devil's advocate, like we will always play here, although it is that way, it's those that just play the game and they know all of that. They know that there's levels to this. They know that it's going to be a lot of, and they just happen to want to entertain it. And you know why we might entertain it, and that's the reason we created like a platform this like this. It's not because it's because that's all they got, and they lost. So with nothing at home, that's their only brotherhoods and bonds. And before you know it's fake and it's phony, that's all you got to intake on.
Right.
So yeah, I be, you know me, I be the one that say I'm not gonna get old and say these young niggas, knowing that we did it and we was in it at that age and we just happened to mature and
But
get
here's the
older.
thing, I never come down on young niggas. You know why? Because we're the parents of these young niggas. You know what I'm saying? So
Now,
we responsible. So you gotta teach, you gotta try to get across to them. You gotta tell them, listen, there's another way. You know, the hood is the #1 dream crusher. You know, because anything positive, we niggas call it corny. Niggas are, you know, all like niggas can't have imaginations. You know, like you can only rap, play ball. You know the shit.
yeah,
Or rap,
and you
play
gotta
ball, or
look at
whatever.
some shot. Yeah, so great
That's it,
fat
right?
rock.
You really can't do too much. That's all the hood allow you to do.
It's
Anything
not
else,
that's
it's
all
like,
the
nah,
hood.
get the
That's
fuck out
all
of
that
here.
we have in our environment. I think that you can't say it. We just call it the hood. That's all that's in. We call it the hood. That's all that's in our environment. It's bigger than Nino Brown.
Damn right.
Yeah, yo, bro. I wanted to ask you, bro. How old were you when all of that went on?
I say maybe about 20 in my early 20s. I'm 40. I'm 48 now, so I say like about maybe like 20, 25.
And then what I also wanted to ask you, bro, was that like after that situation, was that like the only wake up call that it took, or did you still dibble and dabble in this?
That was the main one. You know, there was red flags. It's red flags, but
No,
that was the one, because now you're not only did I hurt myself, I didn't hurt myself, I hurt somebody else. And it's like,
so
whatever I choose to do, that's my choice. But to bring somebody else into a situation,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, it's kind of different. Like, okay, so that was my thing, to bring somebody else into the bullshit,
nah, I definitely feel you. And then when you were talking about when you was talking about that energy, about the good, you know what I'm saying, about the good brothers and like the good ones, how they always go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I learned that the hard way, you know what I mean, about having a heart out there in the streets, basically. You know what I mean? Like there's no that energy that you were talking about, I think is like in the streets, bro, it's like that village energy that our culture and our people are known for. Like we lose that out there. You know what I mean? There's no village out there. You know what I mean? So, and then that energy, like you said, is real. It's really real. Like, so just being out there and Yo, it's bananas, man. That
Yeah.
was bananas though, bro. Like I couldn't fathom
And
that reality.
and that's why
Right.
I never, you know, like I said in my story, I never attacked the young dudes because again, you know, if you're in your 40s or whatever, these 16, 17, these 20-year-olds, they are sons. They could have been our sons. You know
That's
what I'm
a
saying?
fact.
Like they only see, you know, what we fucking showed them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? When you got niggas out here that's our age, only showing them, you know, dumb shit. Not, you know, what do you
Nah,
think
that's a
they gonna
fact.
do?
Nah,
You
that's
know,
a fact.
so,
That's a
so
definite fact. I was just talking to someone about that, and it was over the summertime when all those shootings were taking place out here in the Bronx, and I was talking to one of my bros about it, and he was like, "Yo, it's our fault, man. Like we was out here, they learned all this from us, man. You know." And when he said that, that was, you know what I mean? That was an eye opener for me because I did contribute. I did play a part, you know. And when I thought about it from that aspect, and now where my sons are, you know, it's like, yo, that is bananas, man. That's accountability though, and a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of brothers not able to do that, man.
right. And I say to niggas that were killers, old killers, and you know, my thing is you can repair that. You know how? Because then you can raise your kids right, so they can be productive, you know, citizens. You know, you know, so it's things that you can do. You know,
Yeah, that's a fact.
you know,
Yeah,
raise
that's a fact.
your kids to be better than you. You know,
Yeah, and just and then that energy. In order to do that, your energy would have to change. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, that's true.
Papa, how you feeling, man? You keep bouncing in and out. What
I'm
you
good.
got
I'm
to tell
good.
us?
I'm good.
How you got? What you got to tell us about you know, your major?
I've been
Not
trying
your
to think, but for me, all my mistakes, I always learn from them, or
Mhm.
I've always um.
But just think about something that is not. It can't be detrimental. Where I'm taking away lives if I, you know, because we
Oh,
all
okay.
fathers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Where we might want to take away something, but just think about something where I could have played another situation
This
different.
situation. Okay.
And it could have bettered my situation as I was going. It could be as simple as when I was in school, if I had listened to this professor and I went to
Yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. You okay?
You feel me?
Well,
It
well,
ain't got.
well. With me, and this go back from on my day playing on a crate, right? I remember one time I was playing out there, and an old nigga seen me, right? Older cat. He always used to be around, like, you know what I mean? He's like, yo, shorty, you nice, but you fucking play too much. If you take this shit serious, or if you take anything serious, you know what I mean, you could be better. But I never really at that time like fuck this old nigga talking about, right? So when I left New York, what was it, 9, and I went out to like right outside of Boston for high school, right? So my second year out there, I started to play football. And being that, you know how we used to play football in the middle, 46, right there in the middle of the street. That's how, you know what I'm. So when I got into high school, I was familiar with football. It came to me naturally, right? So a nigga one time, a teacher did like, yo, you not gonna come out, you know, you ain't gonna try for the football team because if you come out here, we gonna bust your ass. I'm like, what, nigga? All right, I'll be there. That's why I told him in the summertime. I was like, all right, be there. So I went out. Everything was just natural for me, right? So fast forward, blah blah blah. It gets to my junior year. Now I get the concept and everything, right? So a coach tells me like, yo, same thing, yo, if you just take this shit serious, cause you're gifted naturally, get into the weight room and lift, you could be good.
Yeah.
Don't listen. Fuck, this shit too heavy, B. Come on, man. You know what I
Work
mean?
at your own pace.
Not understanding like in order for you to play this violent sport, you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I got
But
it. Woke up.
I was just gifted naturally. You know, you understand what I mean? I played receiver and then I played DB. My senior year come, right? I get a what's the name? My mentality, if I'm not playing D1, I don't want to play football. It's not really my first sport. I'm just good at it naturally.
But if you
I
don't
want
play
to play basketball.
D1,
You understand what I mean? I just want
you
to
ain't even bulking up, but you got to play D1.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't want to play anything else but D1.
Mm-hmm.
So I get I had a real good senior year. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I mean? It was I had shut down. Not one touchdown on my side, right? So I get a letter from a D2 school somewhere in I think it was like Stonehill College, somewhere up somewhere. Yo, we want you to come to our game. We're recruiting you. We want you to come. They gave me tickets. They
Mm-hmm.
wanted me to go on a college visit.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. When I went on the internet and looked the way they were and blah blah blah, I seen it was I think they was I think it was like D2. I was like, nah, I ain't going.
Mm-hmm.
Threw that shit away. You understand what I
A
mean?
free opportunity
Yeah.
Mm.
I just threw it
because it
away. It
wasn't
wasn't.
D1.
I want to go to Florida State and all that shit. But
But you ain't been giving this dream no real time. That
exactly.
Florida State gold and
Or
them niggas
this
looking
this
for
my
you.
mentality. Being that time of but that goes to show. So after I get out of high school, there's no opportunity to play any football. I'm like, damn, like, you know what I mean? I landed up in Greensburg and that shit. No sports, blah, blah,
Somebody
blah. So
got
I was
mute their
like, it
phone.
was always like, damn, you understand what I mean? It wasn't even about making the NFL, but football is a game where it's like a brotherhood. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
That's me.
And I think I would have loved to take that beyond high school.
understandable.
Being that it was just something that was just natural. You understand? It was just natural to me. It wasn't. I never played no Pop Warner, but from the day I stepped out on that on that field, it was just natural.
Well, something that we always like to say in the middle of a conversation, it usually happens 20 minutes, but you know, it don't matter
Yeah.
how far along it happened. How was your brother's day? D-Bang, I'll start with you. How was your day, man?
Oh, my day overall was good, man. I woke up early this morning, went to work, and it was an easy day. Like, had enough people on the crew, got in and out of there early. Came home, got some rest, and I was motivated for this right here, for our episode today. So
Okay.
they was good overall. I appreciate all you brothers pulling up and basically partaking in being your own therapist. I just wanted to get that in, and basically, sharing intimate personal stories,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely appreciate y'all brothers for that right there.
So feels that.
Appreciate you too, D-Banger. Mickey Westside, bro. What's good? How was your day, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I can't complain. I'm good. About to eat some food. About to just chill. I was motivated for this, but it's the weekend, so we're gonna turn up later.
Mm-hmm. I see you was on Instagram. You had to throw
Yeah,
your little dishes up. You was playing chef yesterday.
yeah. I was playing a little chef.
What you made?
I think I just made some regular chicken and some rice.
Oh, you just made it look special on the grill.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Ain't nothing
It was
wrong
like
with
some
that.
fry. It was like some chicken and some salmon with some rice to just put it together nice.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm just chilling, man. Just trying to get this deal signed. I'm trying to get like 250,000 by January, so I'm just focused on that right
Stay on
now.
that road, bro. You know how it is, man.
That's just my goal, man. To
Stay
sign
on that
something,
road.
and,
Build them songs. Get that chest
yeah,
ready. So as soon as they say let's go, you ready to
that's all I'm
perform.
worrying about, B.
You ready to perform. It
Yep.
ain't the task. We always say it don't matter when it happened, because when it happened, as long as you got a chest, nigga, you are ready.
As long as you ready. Yep.
You ready.
I'm just waiting on it, B.
Mons, what's going on? How your day's going, bro?
Man, chilling, man. Getting these scenes together. I got my booth up. I don't know if y'all can see it in the back right there.
See you working, B.
Yeah.
Got the booth out there.
Explain what's going on back there with the booth. Explain what's going on with the whole animation series for those that don't know.
No. I got the action figure comic strip going.
Okay.
Basically, get my animation shit on. I'm about to reach out to you, you Nick Skrill and Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Lawrence. I got a skit where niggas gonna be battling, right?
All right.
I'm gonna have y'all niggas talking. I don't know if y'all niggas can see this.
But do we have to battle? Because you done been battles, and you done seen what I did in live sessions.
Nigga, listen, y'all niggas, we gonna have these niggas. I'm gonna need y'all niggas to do the voiceover.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's hot.
Right? Y'all niggas gonna be in the ring.
That's hot.
Boom. Y'all niggas gonna play for this money right here. See this money right here? Y'all
Yeah,
gonna play for
no, we'll see it. Lift it up a little bit more. Let us see
Y'all
it.
play for this money
Oh
right
yeah,
here.
that's
Whoa, we squid gaming. We squid gaming for the cash.
that animation shit is
This gonna
big.
be the
B.
first $10 million battle.
Okay.
Right. Nah, but seriously,
That's big. Animation, B. That joint is big.
Do we get to write our own real battle raps?
yeah, nigga, here's the thing. I'm gonna send y'all niggas a treatment. Give me a couple of weeks. So I'm gonna get it to everybody.
You really want us to write our
What
own
y'all niggas
battle
gonna
raps?
do is we're gonna get the beat.
Or is this a platform is this a platform to highlight me is what we want to know?
This is a skit. This is a skit for the show, nigga.
No,
some robot chicken shit?
Nigga said highlight you.
We don't really get to have no battle, and at the end we get the 10 million in the animation.
I didn't get that far, Bear.
I'm just asking. That's what you presented to me just now. I'm thinking, hold up. Animation Battle Wars.
Right.
Look, nigga, tune off. Yeah, Animation Battle Wars. I'm an 8 Mile this real fast.
Somebody, I just text somebody right quick.
I'm just messing with you. We can do it like a DJ exclusive session.
Right. We're gonna get the studio, book the studio.
Y'all
niggas pick your own beats.
30, 40 MCs.
How your niggas moving?
Moving
and grooving.
And are you trying to put anybody else on it that if they was looking, if they seen the episode of this and they was trying to plug it and they want to get down with that, is it a way that they can participate?
What you mean? Like what? Like send some music in?
Anything. I don't know if somebody's saying they want to be a part of the battle and they want to.
And here's the funny thing, and I know
just don't send none of that trash in, B.
No, but he has to be the
judge. Niggas don't send none of that trash in.
He the Russell Simmons to this.
I already put out the bulletin for that, like about 2 months ago. Nobody bit. I'm like, yo, because here's the thing. I know my shit about to be some other shit. That's how confident I am.
But it ain't
so
that,
I'm trying to tell niggas, get on board this shit from the ground level.
It ain't that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, like, we got so many niggas. I noticed that, like, who, like, niggas is businesses, corporations, entities, brands, whatever you want to call yourself. And niggas do not know how to do business with each other. For some strange reason, it's odd. Like, I was talking to niggas, and niggas, it's like pride, ego, ignorant shit. Like, I've seen niggas have come to me and say, yo, I don't give niggas verses. Why you don't give niggas verses?
You asked somebody for a verse and they told you they don't do nothing with verses. My verse.
They'll hold it.
Hold up. You bringing up a delicate situation.
They'll hold it.
So what you saying is you asked somebody for a verse and they told you.
And then pressure.
They don't give niggas verses.
And it was like, why you fucking chill out? Be like, yeah. Nah, because niggas in the past, I done gave da. And here's the fucked up thing about it. Is that
we ain't gonna make this no drink chance. We ain't gonna do no social.
No.
I'm about to say, who was it? And what verse was it? It can't be us, so we know it can't be us.
No, it's nobody.
It has to be somebody who's trying to set in the verse.
It's not nobody here. I'm saying who and just niggas, like I said, the conversation, yo, can you use my verse? And it's the same thing I say with clothes. If I give niggas clothes, not Nick. Definitely.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that from the ground up, moms. Because that shit is millions of dollars. Niggas don't know.
I'm talking about with nigga. Thank you, brother. When you
that
give a nigga
animation
something,
and that Anam joint, that's big, man.
Right.
That boom dot saints and all that. That's big. You can make a movie. You can make a video game. You can do a whole lot with that.
Exactly. With that said, I got some masks that I'm gonna promote next time I come out. I just had this real close. I got some cloth.
That's fire. If you do what Smack is doing for the URL and you do the animation Smack with you have niggas battling with the URL, oh man.
But then I'm saying, you know what the question gonna be? It's gonna be
we copy and Smack. We just made an animation.
No, it ain't about to be no you copy and Smack.
You know what though? It could be a combination.
Sometimes you gotta copy a good leader, man. You gotta know to copy somebody good.
It could be a combination of Smack and what's that shit that used to come on with the wrestling clay niggas?
Yeah, that's what you. Celebrity deathmatch, if anything. You
That's
do it a
dope right
celebrity death match if anything was to come down to animation.
Exactly, yo. Yeah.
But the only thing bad about it is going to be this. Niggas is not signing up. Why are they signing up? Who you know to roll around with? Who's your rappers?
What you mean signing up? Like who?
Who they going to have to battle if this goes well?
No, like I said, first of all, the thing, it starts out with niggas. It's starting out with niggas I know, and once they see it, then niggas going to be like, oh shit, I need to be a part of that. That's the idea.
Oh, you saying once you start this off, niggas is gonna say they want to battle the nigga who wins. That's what you saying.
Whatever. Niggas gonna want to be on the show. The way I'm got it, how I'm gonna put it together, you're gonna want to be on it. And it's not even a real. Listen, if niggas want to make it like a real competition and everything, I'm not even looking at it like.
No, we looking at it from the entertainment form. I understand you. Entertainment.
So if you want to come in there with your shit, like that's on you.
Listen, I got some old skeletons I might need to dust off. I ain't gonna come in there with no fake battle bars. If that's the case, I will always have battle bars.
It's a parody. So
I don't give a damn. This shit is my name. You just told us we all the bread. Nigga, my name is my name. Ain't no bullshit bars coming out my frame. Even my goddamn avatar gonna be hot, nigga. Right. What you talking about?
So yeah, so that's
Don't be scared, y'all. I'm just being full. I probably won't even enter. Because if I enter, you know I'm going to be the champion.
But it's not even an enter thing like this nigga.
I got to make it juicy. Niggas got to want to do something.
See the whip, right?
Yeah. That's what they going to be picking y'all niggas up in if y'all enter. Because I'm going to be the winner. And I'll chill for a summer and let St. Nick get the summer. But
right, so that's that. So that's what I got.
Winner?
So
I'm just being
the hoodies
foolish,
and all that shit. So, the Nabi gear and all that.
Hey, yo, bro,
I want to promote the shop, bro, because a lot of people be asking me about the shop, and they know that I don't know what's going on, and I say I don't know what's going on. I don't mean to cut you off.
What, the Black Dot? All right, it's teespring.com. The Black Dot shop.
You can put that in the comments, and we could have that come up right now.
So I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
Put that in the comments right now, so we might act like nobody paying attention, but everybody gonna see it at some point. You feel me?
Right. So, thank you for having me on your joint, man. That's cool. Oh shit! Let me say that wrong. On your show.
Nah, don't worry about it. We raw uncut this. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for coming on the show.
Right. Definitely got to support.
And definitely giving, and like we said, the first time we ain't want nobody trying to tell no bullshit, stories or bullshit. I appreciate y'all, like he said from the beginning, for telling something real. And I noticed, and I know the stories both of you guys told, and I know how real it was. And I know, like, for real, I grew up with y'all, so I know how real that was in life. Like, not just a nigga gave you a story from yesterday.
It get real, son.
It was real thought into those. That's real.
Real deal.
You still ain't put that comment up.
Wait a minute, I'm trying to get to the whatchamacallit.
Dude, I told him.
No, I'm just telling you because
I told him niggas D-Bang I was in the crib for 1 year. They didn't know I was right in my nigga Bam house for that 1 year. See, friends before. Friends hold you down for shit like that.
Niggas said my friends like that shit was the fucking. I can't even say it. They probably rushed my new spot thinking I still harbor.
Niggas don't even got friends like that, dude. Some real shit. Niggas don't got friends like that, B. Niggas think you got friends like that.
Yo, now on another note, fellas, before we all end our day, we are all into this sport. We all love music. We got a battle rap event going on tonight at 6 o'clock on Caffeine. A smack.
Who battling?
On Caffeine. I'm about to ask you. You're about to give me your predictions right now.
That's 30. That's 3 minutes.
Listen. You're about to give me your predictions right now. First and foremost, we got battle raps first mega match ever introduced when the URL Smack was introduced back into this league. We got Head Ice versus A-Verb.
Not Head Ice, B. That nigga's trash.
Head Ice versus, Don't do that.
Fucking trash, B.
Head Ice versus A-Verb.
Nah, I still don't like that sucker shit that Head Ice nigga did with the battling and the bars and took our shit down on the computer on YouTube and all of that. Nah.
I ain't even pay attention to it. That's why most
Yeah,
of the
you know that shit we did and he took it down. Me, you, Mook, and all of that. Yeah.
I ain't know he took it down.
He took it down.
You paid attention to that. Nah,
Yeah.
I ain't. That's why my bars was old bars anyway.
We're going out like no tuna sandwiches on this podcast, God.
I ain't never. I just said, listen, you know.
The man is going to lose, B. Who's
that's
battling?
Your predictions. A-Verb. A-Verb. Head Ice against A-Verb.
A-Verb is going to kill him.
You got A-Verb. All right,
A-Verb
now.
going to kill him.
Because we can go through everybody, so we ain't got to say them again. Moms, A-Verb against.
I don't. You
don't really pay attention to the battle rap.
Nah.
You ain't got no choice.
Mom's gonna know them niggas.
Head Ice to A-Verb. Who you got?
We ain't going out like no tuna sandwich, B. So I got A-Verb, man.
You got A-Verb.
West Side.
You got A-Verb. Now y'all, I'm
Nicky
like
West
that.
Side, man.
All right, now I ain't gonna do this. I'm from Harlem. Now I'm gonna be
you gonna go with Head Ice?
I got Ice.
Why you hype that Ice? That nigga bars is not better than A-Verb. You bugging.
I don't think his bars is better than A-Verb. But
he gonna go, hey, yo.
Let me ask you a question.
I know what he's gonna do. His personality and his persona is gonna outshine A-Verb.
Are we obligated because we come from a certain region?
That nigga Head Ice.
Yeah, I'm obligated because I fuck with Ice. I know Ice on some real shit.
You know he's 52 years old.
So it's
I don't care.
So you fuck. So that's personally. So and that's understandable.
That's my personal opinion. I'm saying at this time, what I just said, I think A-Verb is gonna have the bars.
Yeah, but you ain't being real over bars, though.
It's like it's the same situation with Geechee Gotti and Loaded Lux last.
Who won that battle?
Everybody's saying Geechee Gotti won the battle, but Geechee Gotti didn't win the battle to me. I think Lux won it. I got him the first 2 rounds just bars alone. But the way the building was,
Lux lost that, man.
Lux getting bullied.
Lux lost that, man.
You feel me? As far as the energy that's going on there, you can be persuaded to go, I didn't even hear your bars because you got pumped. Y'all niggas ain't have nothing to say when this nigga told y'all shut the fuck up.
Lux lost that.
You know, niggas put that. Look, he probably need to see. I know he ain't see the battle. He going Lux lost that.
He did. He lost.
That's your opinion. Now when you come back
you always go off bars.
Why you not supposed to go off bars?
You gotta go off more than that. You gotta go off
you
bars.
Can go off
battle
more
niggas.
than that.
You gotta
if
go
it's
off
more than
brothers.
that, but
you
if
gotta
a
go
nigga bars is outstanding and your bars is, I don't give a fuck about a crowd. I already think the crowd dumb. So why would I listen to a bunch of idiots? All you niggas is here to pay gas. You niggas believe what a nigga tell you is hot. You know how I know? Because I told you before this was hot.
Yo, who my favorite rappers, man?
Jadakiss.
You the first nigga to ever tell me Jadakiss was whack, my nigga.
Jadakiss ain't hot to me.
You the first nigga to ever tell me Jadakiss is whack. You see what he did?
A lot of niggas.
You see what he did to them, right?
I see what he did to them, and I'm not gonna lie. He put on a motherfucking show. But what Jadakiss did, what Jadakiss did that night is what Jadakiss did his whole career. He's bamboozled you.
I bet you nobody won't agree with you.
In reality, they don't have to agree with me. But if Versus was about hit for hit, and you told me that a song was a hit based on what? Based on its based on what it
don't try to bother my man Jadakiss now.
Based on what it's already accomplished, right or wrong. Old Boy and these joints already sold a certain amount of records, right? So these are already certified.
Now you're gonna try to talk about my man now.
I'm just saying reality. You putting a certified hit, oh boy, whatever it may be, nasty, whatever, against a, when you come to me, you think of a problem, who, what, when, or how it's going. Yeah, it sound mean in the building, but the consumers already chose.
You can't
put hotter. We already went out and paid for this. That other shit we don't even know about. That's why it's a surprise to us tonight.
Everybody knows Dipset lost that. You the only one who think Dipset still won.
I'm the only one. No, I'm the only one that probably judged it song for song. Everybody else looked at the show that was going on. The show is great. That's not about a show. It's about what we accomplished in life and who has.
I'm gonna get Jadakiss to jump on this shit in a minute.
I bet you any amount of money if Hov go on there, Hov ain't gonna let no nigga freestyle him and think you gonna beat me with that. Yo, get this thing out the building, man. Get this thing out the fucking building.
He said I won't battle for because that's my boss.
You thought Hov was gonna perform tonight? I bet you Hov doing verses. 95% of the verses Hov is doing this. And looking at the crowd. And if y'all not seeing it with him, I'm leaving the building. Y'all don't know who's in here. Yeah, you gotta perform your heart out. When you ain't got that shit, you don't got that shit. All you have to do is sit back and let the crowd do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They won that night because the crowd was persuaded. They believed that them
You don't
fresh
believe that
bars
yourself.
was hot.
Hey, yo, bro.
So you think so? So is that? So
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm
So
gonna
you
tell
say
you why
this that
Dipset
cheat?
lost. I'm gonna tell you why Dipset didn't lose for one reason.
I mean, you say
How the
say
fuck
Lox-
you play
Lox
20
cheated?
songs in Jada Kiss?
Yo, man. So you say
Huh?
they cheated?
Yeah, you cheated. How you play? What was the Lox hit?
How
They
you
had
let
no
Jada
Lox
Kiss
hits.
beat?
Y'all played
How you let
20
Jada Kiss
Jada
beat the
verses.
whole Dipset?
Because
All right,
y'all didn't follow hits. Y'all just didn't
Dipset
let me ask you a
definitely
question.
lost that.
So let me ask you. Hold
They
on.
definitely lost
Let
that.
me ask you a
Man be
question.
bugging,
Is
D
the verse-
banger.
I can
Man be
bug.
bugging.
D-Block
Listen,
violated.
I can
D-Block
bug.
talking
Man be
about
violated.
bugging
verses.
sometimes.
I can
So what are
bug.
the
I'm
verses
willing to
rules?
accept that. I
Listen,
thought
You
the
gotta
rules
tell him
was
he's bugging.
listen. I'm gonna put it like this. When I first seen verses, right? I seen Timbaland and I seen Swiss Beats. Them niggas did not perform a bar.
They don't gotta perform a bar. They don't rap.
Why they don't? And why they don't have to rap? Because verses is about your
Because
biggest.
it's about producing hits. How many
No, it's
hits
not.
you got under your
Say
belt?
it again. Say it again.
How many hits?
All right. Say it again.
How many beats that you
No,
produced that
no,
made
no,
hits?
no. How many hits? You said it right. They were just
Yeah, but what's a
playing.
hit to you might not be a hit to D Banger. It might not be a hit to me.
No, a hit don't have to be a hit to you or D Bang. That's what's funny about it. But it's a hit. We're not
For what?
questioning a hit. How can
So
we
what?
question what's a hit? We can question what's not it. Now you can go like Karis once said to Big Daddy Kane.
Is it true? Is
we
it
are
true
not
that you
gonna
can have
sit
a
up
hit?
here and do no freestyles. You're gonna hear these hits
Yeah, but it's hits though, right? But
because
we
that's
can
what
both
this
agree.
is about.
We can both agree on this, right? We can both
Now, how
agree on
many
this.
hits
The
do
Lox
have?
got songs that you can play that don't have to be on the billboard. When
We're
you
not
play it,
questioning
everybody's gonna go crazy, man.
No, everybody where? Because we're not
What do you
talking
mean
about
everybody
hits.
where?
Exactly. For you to get a hit, you got to have people playing this all around the world. Now, where are you saying people are playing Lox at? In your community?
So you saying every song
I'm
Dipset
saying
dropped
it's
that day was a hit.
impossible for Lox to have conquered as much ground as Dipset did.
So
if
everything
Dipset
they
had
dropped,
more
everything
hits.
Dipset dropped was a hit that day. I'm ready, I'm learned, I'm ready. All that punk shit. That's
Did
a
I
hit.
say that? I said they had more hits than the Lox performed.
Yeah,
so
but they
wait a
still
minute.
didn't
In
win
verses,
though.
yo,
How
hold
you,
up. So in verses,
you
your
got more
stage
hits, but you
performance
still
is
didn't
not
win.
part of the verses overall.
Who gives a fuck about your stage
No,
performance?
wait a minute. But
This
you
is
can't
about
say-
your
you can't say
accomplishments in
They don't
life.
give a fuck about it. But let's talk about the verses rules. So the
The
rules
versus rules
is
couldn't be
what?
that when
Is
you had
overall
Nah, but
Timbaland, when you had
it's different.
Timbaland
It
and
was
Swiss
different.
Beats in there. So them niggas ain't do nothing but this.
Look, moms, it was
But then you
different
look
with
at Teddy
certain
Riley
verses.
and Babyface shit. Teddy
Exactly.
Riley lost because his motherfucking niggas ain't like the way his equipment was sounding.
Exactly.
Teddy Riley lost because he
So
ain't
it's
have
about
enough
the
hits,
performance.
man.
You know what I'm saying? He had hits, but
He
it
ain't
still
have
wasn't
enough
bad.
hits. You can play Rum Shaker and all that shit. You going against Babyface, man. You ain't got this nigga wrote the whole fucking Wait and Exhale. You ain't got enough hits.
But
All right,
just
so what
because he
about-
did all
so
that,
what
that don't
about
mean his
JD
hits
Puff?
is better than Teddy Riley hits.
What about JD Puff? How do you
JD and
how
Puff
you
ain't
rate
do
them?
it. But that would be a great versus.
Do you say Bad Boy versus So Def, or do you say producer beat niggas who beat niggas? How
But
do
you
do
can't
that?
say that because every time that you seen Jermaine Dupri produce, he's been so Def.
No.
So
What
that
I'm
would
saying
be
is,
would just be a question
producer.
that you ask.
He make beats and he you know what I'm saying? And
yeah, but everything he's done has been so Def. I don't understand the
Well,
question.
who gonna win?
no, the question is how do you?
Well, I
how
got a
do you-
verse for him, moms.
If they, how do you rate those? How do they compete?
How do who compete?
What is the bar? What is it that with So Def with Jermaine Dupri?
It's
and
hits.
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 No.
Point blank, period.
Hits that you made.
No, with them two, it'd be hits
produced,
that they're produced.
hits that produce.
That they produced, yeah.
Okay.
So they can go from range of Mariah Carey, like Scott Storch and all them niggas did. They on Justin Bieber, and you can use whoever you have. It's your hit list.
Okay. So Puff
it's your
could be
achievement
under,
list.
wait a
So
minute,
if I
so
play
Puff
out
could
my
be
list of
under
achievements, how the fuck
his
you gonna pull out your personal
production
favorites?
team. So his production team. So Puff so you're going against because I just want to know the rules. And I'm not being funny.
You getting
just want-
technical.
Can we agree
with
on something, Mums?
You getting technical with it. That's the same
Can
way
we-
Scott Storch and Manny
But
Fresh
can we,
was saying how was Scott Storch playing beats that he knew that Dre made. But Scott Storch come back as Dre didn't make that beat. I made those the chords. I played this. I played that.
All right.
So I made the beat.
Can we agree on that? Can we agree on something though, right
But
quick?
if two niggas got the rights or it's a technical way that how Dre existed for, I guess, how long he existed by having a Scott Storch before we knew Scott Storch was making Dre beats. Because as soon as he got his name, Scott Storch, he's been Scott Storch.
Mums, can we agree on this?
What's that?
Can we agree on if 100 niggas on conference say the deli make good sandwiches? Do the deli make good sandwiches?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If 100 niggas on conference say Texas Star fell off, it's bullshit. Niggas gonna fall. 100,000 niggas is saying Dipset lost real bad. This is the only nigga in America that's saying Dipset.
100,000 niggas where?
Nobody is.
But back to
Banger just said, yo,
But back to the battle.
But
back to the battles. I got the predictions. I got Head Ice. Another battle that's gonna be.
I'm glad we talked about that on this podcast.
Av and B
Put
Dot.
that up. Ooh, they gonna tear you
Av
up.
and B Dot.
They're kissing them lost.
I didn't really say they lost. I just said they cheated. I actually think it was tied. They had the same amount of hits.
Tied?
I think it was tied. But that's my personal opinion.
Like that.
I'm going hit for hit. That's me. I got it down written on every song that I chose and which songs. I don't think.
When I come to the crib, we watching Dipset versus Locks, my nigga.
We've been going on that for 3 months.
Couple days, my nigga.
For song. That's why you want to do it with me, because you want me to have to let you know. You don't want to look at it like it is, like you want me to persuade you. Look, I'm telling you. But anyway, B Dot Av.
Boy, this hot sauce is hot as shit, boy.
Who you got? B Dot. Who you got? B Dot or Av?
Who?
B Dot or Av?
I got Av.
Av?
Yeah.
What's another battle on this joint?
Did that come on at 6 o'clock today?
Yeah.
See, y'all niggas talk about some shit that's
Loso or Arsenal?
I'm going with Arsenal because you're disrespectful.
Who else battling? DNA or Loso?
DNA is trash. I don't even know who Loso is.
Loso, the nigga that just battled Daylight.
I'll go with DNA. I'll go with
King
DNA,
Los.
but DNA is trash.
King Los.
Oh, King Los. That's a nigga from Baltimore. Oh, I don't even like that nigga. He used to mess with my baby mother.
That ain't got that. Come on, why you gonna do that? But anyway,
nigga, I say it. Nigga, he used to mess with my baby mother. Nigga, I'm from Baltimore. I don't fuck with him.
That make you not like King Los now?
Yeah, he gonna lose.
Right.
Shit, Kanye West ain't gonna be the only one with a crazy interview. Why don't you put this out?
Yo, Banger.
What?
Banger. He lost
Banger said Mick is talking crazy. He gonna get me in some trouble in this interview, man. I'm getting out of here, man.
Who else battling? Let me think. Who else battling?
My, this stuff is hot.
Who else battling?
I was gonna ask you who you think won out of the other battle, the Drake joint. I'm trying to remember who. It was
I'm trying to think who else battled tonight.
Sue Surf killed Calico. Sue Surf is my nigga. That's my.
I wouldn't say killed him, but I think Sue Surf won.
Yeah, he killed them. Sue Surf and K Shine, who I'm rocking with.
I'll watch it again, but I think Sue Surf won. What the fuck battling tonight? I don't pay attention.
Sue Surf killed John the Don. He killed everybody.
The only one I really was interested in seeing is Head Ice against A Verb.
No, you know why I want to see it? Because it's gonna be funny.
You know Head Ice go.
What?
He gonna puck him. He gonna say something crazy. That shit gonna go. Yo, you know what it's gonna be. I'm about to say, where the hell Banger go?
Yeah, my fault, bro. I had some technical difficulties.
Who you got out of B Dot or Av?
I didn't hear you.
B Dot or Av? Who you got?
D Dot or Av?
B Dot or Av?
B Dot or Av?
Yeah.
Av who?
Av, he's a battle rapper.
Nigga that battle chess.
Straight like that.
Oh, I'm not too familiar with those two.
All right. What about King Loso or DNA?
King Loso, the one that wears. Oh no, that's the other dude. King. I'll go with DNA on that one.
DNA. What's another battle? I asked you to head ice.
King Los do got bars though.
Yeah, King Los got bars. I'm going with King Los.
He do got bars. You know,
Look,
I gotta be an
I'm
asshole.
watching that God bless for my nigga Gorilla. DNA is Gorilla favorite nigga. Was Gorilla favorite nigga. So I know I'm gonna watch that, but I got King Los. I know King Los gonna outbar him.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with King Los, but I'm familiar with DNA.
I got Av. Av be punching the shit. Av be having some punches. I got Av against B-Dot. I would look to see who these niggas is, but I ain't even know I'm this close. But I was about to say
on my Mexican shit right now.
I'm sorry. I had
what you over there? What you over there grubbing on, Nikki Westside?
Huh?
What you over there grubbing on?
I just got some chips with this real hot sauce right here. I'm eating.
All right.
Like the Mexican food shit.
That's what's up.
That shit got my mouth burning, B.
Yeah, I could imagine.
That nigga stupid.
I don't mess with the hot stuff too much, but when I do, they got these new chips on the line though.
That hot chip? What's with that?
Yeah, it's in a green bag by Wise. What's the roasted green? I want to say roasted green pepper. And then they got this other new flavor called black something, but those are for the chips. Other than that, that's like the hottest. But yeah, I know.
Word up.
What you getting to after this, Saint?
I ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna check the battle out at 6 o'clock. Whatever. You know, I'll tap back in with you. I'm waiting for my cousin to pull up on me now.
Okay.
I ain't doing too much.
Banger, what you planned after this?
You watching the battles, right?
More or less, yeah. I'm going to tune into that caffeine joint.
Yeah, the caffeine app. Everything free on the caffeine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They just dropped that joint on the URL app, Coffee against Miss Hustle.
Oh, okay. I need to. Okay.
Oh, Sirius Jones versus JC.
Oh, Sirius Jones got that.
I'll go with Sirius Jones.
Me too. I like Sirius Jones on his last couple outings. Sirius Jones was official.
Who you think won that Charlie Clips versus Chess match?
Chess.
Okay.
Clips is cool, but
I'm gonna go back and look at it. I didn't get to finish watching it.
I'm trying to see if I missed anybody else because I know I've seen a face off. Who I seen facing off, because that's how you really see if the battle gonna be good. If you see a good face off, and you're like, oh, these niggas gonna go wild.
But the face off is a pump fake. Could be a pump fake too, though.
Well, they pump faking. I would listen. And a face off.
Yeah, I'm definitely on.
And then I do a face off the night before. A face off, that would be. That's supposed to be all the energy you need. Because I be looking at them face-offs, and that's how I pick if I'm going, which battle is going to be hot. I know by the face-off.
Oh, you go off the energy of that right there.
I know off the face-off, because I can see where it's going to put you. Like some people in the face-off, they try not to touch too many angles and not to give you an angle or say nothing. But I be looking at it like, a lot of people are trying to pick up energy to go at you a certain way. So you feel me? It's like you say "fuck me" today, and tomorrow, okay, now I got permission to violate you.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So that's what they use a face-off as, I guess, like a little fuse, so they can get hyped.
They're checking their temperature. Yeah, it's a temperature check. Yeah. So what's good?
I'm trying to think if there was any more battles. I can't complain. I'm gonna check those out.
All right.
I'll tap back in with you later.
My day, I can't complain. You know, I was getting ready for the show, trying to fix shit up and get it so I can have a background that I, felt suitable. I ain't want to have the couch and all that in my shit, so I tried to switch shit around a little bit. I don't know what happened between there and there, but something happened. But I ain't stressed it out. I felt like the devil was just trying to test me right before I had to do the show because I was dumb fucking tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, so was I, bro.
I told you I don't eat because when I eat, I get tired. So I ate. I had some grits and some catfish, but worse of all,
Oh,
Damn,
wow.
that shit sound good too.
That
yeah,
sounds fire,
I
bro.
still
I
got
haven't
me
had
some.
grits in forever, bro.
I still
That
got
bitch and
me.
that catfish
With
different.
catfish, bro, that
And
sounds like
nigga,
something my grandmother would have made.
and you know it's make my fish, so you know it's the greatest ad. When I had to get some
Make
of
my
them,
fish, nigga.
them peach cobblers, beats.
Oh, wow. You had the peach cob? Oh,
I didn't
wow.
have this. Ain't no. This is showing you it now.
Right.
I had to
Yeah.
let
Nigga Al.
I like to let
He owes some
I
milk.
like to I like to let that thing I like to let that thing sit. You let that thing sit, it tastes nice. That thing sit.
That's what's
Yeah, I'm
up.
gonna
My
tap
son come
into
out.
this joint right quick. I'm gonna hit you up later. I'm gonna hit you and bang up later. You ain't ready?
Say no more. We appreciate you,
All right,
brother.
peace, bro.
Do it right
Till
here,
the
Good
next
looking,
time.
later.
Good looking, bro.
Yeah, banger. So how you enjoy the episode?
Oh, this joint right here was fire, bro. When I was going through the technical difficulties, I was doing my best to get everything back. I said to myself, yo, this episode was fire, bro. It was like just being able to just build off of everyone's energy. And then, like I said, them pulling up to basically share their intimate thoughts, because that's what you and I've been building on. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning of episodes off of each other. So now that we're able to have the inner circle pull up, that was fire, bro. And then being able to go back and forth and see the similarities with everyone's situation or not, you know what I mean? But just to be able to have that compassion, to be able to feel that energy, like, you know what I mean? Like
the energy for a minute of your day, make you appreciate
yeah, bro.
the little things.
Yeah, that was fire, bro.
When Mom's brought back that story is like he said, I was there. So that's the same window. Like me and him, that like the night before we was joking. Like I was joking with him and I was making jokes and like we was just being stupid. Like y'all, if you know me, y'all know me. Like when we chilling with the fellas, like I can be very hilarious and I can be like, so we was having a blast. Like he was the one, like, as you have rules and as levels, he was the one, like he said, was the driver. So he looked at everybody already on the same level. He didn't like try to treat us like we was younger and we was little. So when we go out at night, if we want to learn how to drive the car and all that, he was the one that was showing us how to do that. He let us bug out and enjoy ourselves. When niggas wasn't doing that, but just sitting in the hotel. So
he was older than y'all, Ben?
Yeah, he was older than me. He was about mid-age. He was about their age. He was older than me though. He was a cool dude, like he said, the cool dude. Like he's saying, not only did he leave us, but he made sure that we stood here because we was on point. We would happen to be looking at everything, but when the incident went down, he actually was the one that told everybody in the vehicle to duck down and what was going on.
Word.
So, yeah, so that was a touchy situation. You being into that and you knowing that, and that's one of those times in life. What's funny about that is I say, I would have stood in school, right? And I would have paid more attention to school. And that's kind of like, that was the first trip I made after me leaving school. Like that was the gist of it. I was just found out I was having my first daughter. She was my first child. And it was like playtime was over. I was already making moves and doing things, acting like I was spending the night out for the weekend. So that became a time where it was like, come on, now it's time to go. And then that incident happened at the same time. So it was like, do you really go down this street? Like you asked him, was that the end of your road at that point? That was just like the beginning of my road.
Word.
That was the beginning of my road to really end my road. So That's how you see how real it get. I've been in it before, but you don't be in it until you see every level. And that was kind of like, that was like the shocker, like he said, the one that and that was just one of those times when we was just going from point A to point B, and he was really the driver from point A to point B, and we wasn't dirty from point A, and we wasn't dirty from point B. We was just, we was making our little stops in between, and we was making sure we was handling whatever. And due to us stopping in a certain place and things getting a little too tense, and then it being too many of us at the wrong time, because sometimes it's wrong to have a crowd. Right. Sometimes a crowd, it draws fear.
Right.
Especially you had a bunch of tall young niggas looking to you all look, you feel me? Then a couple young short, whatever it may be, you gotta. So that was a touchy situation, because that's life. That was the day. That's when you have to question everything.
Yeah, I could just imagine, bro.
Sometimes you never know how real it is until everybody say, you don't supposed to snitch, you don't supposed to tell. What do you do when you in a situation and the family is asking you for closure?
That's a fact. That's a fact, bro.
He gave it to you from a real gentle point, but it opened a lot of windows. It's like, what about when they asking you you got to look at it sideways, when they just want to know what the situation was for whatever reason, and they don't want to hear just this is what and this is what. They want to know every step of what happened and what could have caused it and what may have caused it. So it's different from when you're looking at it from every angle. Like I say, I was there. And even me being there, my role at that time, I tried to prevent that from going on. But just my position not being solidified enough for my word to be took past that point. So it was a touchy situation. Still touchy, because it was like.
When you just said that, not to cut you off, about still touchy, what I was going to ask you was, have you, like, Mom's brought it up during this episode, but prior to this, does it still cross your mind? Are there still triggers that bring up the memory?
Like I told you, I was saying I was writing my book. Now, before I started writing my book, I would have thoughts going on in my mind, like what we could have changed and what could have been different. At that moment, nobody knows how that whole scenario go down. So when the whole scenario goes down and you see how it play out, you can see how, like, I was kind of before whatever happened, us getting out of that situation. And it just wasn't listened to. I wasn't taken serious at that point. So it just became it just became life, like something that went down. And then when you looked at it, you had to actually ask yourself, like, wow. Because he was just the driver, like Ned stated. That was somebody, that was coming down. All he was just laughing and joking with us.
Yo, one second, bro.
All right.
Pardon me, 1 second.
We're going to go to a video for 1 second. Go to my nigga Gorilla, man. God bless.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Hey. Gorilla, man. Go hard for life. Yeah. Stay high as a motherfucker. Toast up, looking to rob a nigga, gorilla post up, looking to stomp a nigga for the fast buck, looking a nigga pocket, I think he stabbed something. Yeah, I'm raw than a motherfucker. Stay twisted off the drone, perfect sound diesel. I have Chinaman style, but I still see you through the scope. Though I'm high in the desert eagle, run around literally with the desert eagle. Sniffing niggas Jews out like a fucking beagle. I'm hungry, dog. Watch when I fucking see you. Jews better be tough or I'm bound to eat you. And you think it can't happen, always happen, dog. Talk all that tough Tony shit gets into the mall. And I ain't playing, dog. I'm hiding the motherfucker. Nice man, a dog breaker, real man, of New York. Yeah, that's your brains on drugs. That's your brains on crime. That's your brains on that myth. That's your brains on drugs. That's your brains on drugs. That's your brains on crime. That's your brains on that myth. That's your brains on drugs. So high, see the room keep spinning, but I keep telling myself I gotta get the dividends. I gotta pull myself together, get the fucking Benjamin. So I grab my scrap and hit the fucking hood again. You monkeys know what it is. Some run duck high, some go get they gun, but they stand across the street with it, cause they know that I'm high and my guns speak a foreign language. Nigga, motherfucking what? You ain't doing shit to me. You rated fucking butt, ass crack, blast them shoes and get gun fucked, rolled up in the plastic, covered in the wooden box. I'm hiding in the state building, gun the size, clip the size, stomach Ethiopian children, and it's go hard to light. My friend, nice man, devil breaker, with a man, know what it is. Yeah, that's your brains on drugs. That's your brains on crime. That's your brains on that myth. That's your brains on drugs. That's your brains on drugs. That's your brains on crime. That's your brains on that myth. That's your brains on drugs. I'm gon' get it, shit. I don't give a damn who the hell attached to it. Smoke me a Magnum blunt and that stupid 4-pound Mac military and 350. 7 mag in your face for cash and all the rest of your things. You feeling brave, my blast. Still dig in your pocket and skate with your cash. I buy me a ounce of weed and mix with some ass. I'm a beast. I'm raw than the orangutans, raw than the pack of wolves, so raw I'm gorilla man. And I ain't saying it cause your girl started feeling me, cause this your brain and Charles High sticky green. But my mind still sticks to things. For that money and them bricks, I split your brains. I ain't playing out one big go hard's the name. Nice man that double bread higher than the fucking plane, nigga. That's your brains on drugs. That's your brains on crime. That's your brains on that myth. That's your brains on drugs. That's your brains on drugs. That's your brains on crime. That's your brain on that myth. That's your brain on drugs.